Hello everyone, welcome back to another how to build video. This is how to build Kyo from the KOF collab. KOF's come back twice. It'll probably come back for a third time. It's a pretty easy IP for Netmarble to get, so I thought I'd make a video because some people might have him and not realize how good he actually is. So first we're just going to look at his stats. They're not the best. They're actually pretty bad in comparison to most other collab units. His passive is he puts 2 ignites on all the enemies that lasts for 3 turns, and then obviously you have this bit here, which is reduces damage dealt to allies by 5% for each ignite on the enemy. That can stack infinitely. And then you have his passive, his relic, which one of the enemies will get 4 debuffs instead of only getting 2 debuffs. So one enemy will have 4 ignites, the other 2 will have 2 each. Of course, that's quite a lot of damage reduction. That's 20% plus another 20%. So you're looking at 40% damage reduction turn 1. Just because of your ignites for Kyo. That's just turn 1. Bear in mind they stack for 3 turns each, meaning if you were lucky, you could have 12 on 1, because obviously 4 3 times, and then 6 and 6, that's another 12. So you have 2 12s, divided that by then 2, you have like 120% damage reduction, which is quite a bit, especially for his stats are low, but he makes up with it definitely with stuff like that. He's a HTB defense character. I don't actually have a set for him. The set I did have for him went to Kizuna because Kizuna is a more prevalent character than Kyo. Kyo's good here, like now and again for certain bosses, but not really that big of a Kyo fan. I will level 100 him eventually. He's only 1/6. You don't need ultimate levels for him. Oh yeah, this is the new ultimate system. Oh, you can see the multiplier as well. That's cool. But yeah, I've only got the 3 outfits for him, not getting out. He doesn't really need outfits. I think the only reason you'd really want outfits is for the added HP and defense from these. From his costumes, for his outfits and his cosmetics, just so he tanks a little bit better. His Holy Relic, the stats aren't too bad. I don't know why they give him so much attack. He's not a DPS. He can hit pretty hard. It's like, don't get me wrong, with HP defense, this card, which is I haven't actually shown this card, it's code destruction, so per debuff it does more damage, and a single target it does a lot of damage. Trust me, a golden one of these cards, it can do quite a bit of damage. This AoE is actually pretty good. I think it's the only AoE of its kind. Red Malaskala has a single target version of this card, but this, with AoE and his passive, big damage. Overall, I think if you have him, he's definitely worth leveling up. Like, even if you just get him to 90, like what I've got. I've only really got him to 90 because I just don't have any SSR pennants, and I don't really want to spend the few demon materials I have left on him. But yeah, he's a very good unit. If I was to like place him like with the other collab units or from KOF, I'd still say he's second best. Terry being first, because Terry, his ultimate's really good, his counter's good, his passive's good. He's got ult drain, he's got ult control, he's got a decent ult control card. But apart from that, it's Kyo, 100%. Kyo is such a good character. Even from like the day he was released, he was broken. Well, not broken, but he's a very good unit. Then you had characters like Blue Lilia, the Christmas Lilia who dropped. Then you had Fesseldris who dropped. And now turn 1, he can get max Fesseldris passive, which is pretty useful, especially turn 1. And plus the damage increase, the damage. I think yeah. So ignites themselves increase the amount of damage you do to them by 10%. And his passive makes it so you take 5% less damage per ignite on the enemy. I'm not sure on an enemy. So does that mean that it's only for the one enemy? So the enemy that attacks you, they do less damage? Or is it as a whole team, they do less damage? Anyway, I'm not too sure about that. But let's just say it's on a single character basis. So let's just say the one Escanor hits you, and he has 12 ignites, he'll do 60% less damage due to his passive. Instead of it being the 120% it would be if it was based on the entire team. But yeah, overall, Kyo's a very good unit. His relic actually looks decently cool. All the KOF relics actually look pretty decent. He's a good unit. I used to run him with attack radar. It's not worth it. Back in the day, I used to think he's a DPS, but then I realized these stats are not DPS stats. Obviously, you could compare it to people like what's her name? Raftalia. And her crit chance is like pitiful. Same with her crit damage, but she has a very good support unit. That makes her very strong. Kyo doesn't really have a support, like, broken unit. He's more the support unit that can make himself decent with the ignites. It does take a few turns, but it's definitely worth it. If I go to collaboration units, yeah, so Iori was designed for Kyo. Kyo himself is a very support DPS. He's very good. He's a very versatile character. Obviously, he is a human, so you can't run Green Gotha with Lilia. You have to run someone else, but you wouldn't normally do that anyway. A lot of people run Rimuru, so normally people will run the Christmas Lilia, Rimuru, Kyo, and then Festel and back with his relic. Obviously, most people don't have Festel's relic, but Festel's relic decreases enemies' attack and I think attack-related stats as well. I'm not really too sure. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.